the brain has invented itself as a person that's in charge instead of a part of the body-mind mechanism. The mind's an interesting tool in its own. Like, the other parts of the body have all a function and support life. The mind has its own function supporting life as part of that process, and it has some other kind of cool tools, but it's not the identity. Yeah. It's not the person. Yeah. But see, if you keep asserting that this mind brain thing is actually the person, you're not going to notice what it actually is, who you, and what you actually are. You're going to keep asserting that. And I tell the story of the limitations of that are very difficult. So I've often told the story like you're living this miserable life and you barely can find enough food to eat each day, and it's difficult, and you're subjected to all the difficulties of being poor. And then someone comes from another country and they find you and they say, oh, you're the king of our country, all the wealth of our country is at your disposal, come on. And you're like, no, this is really poor guy, I can't even barely get by, I can't even offer you a piece of bread, And he said, no, I have all the evidence, let me show you. And then he convinces you with all the evidence. You go back to the country, now live in the high hog, in the palace, and now you're convinced you're that, right? Mm-hmm. So you were convinced of another thing, but see, you're being convinced that you are the mind and that's your identity has made you suffer. You're like that poor, starving, suffering person. And coming to your real identity, finding who that is, then you will live like a free, happy person. That's your riches, So that's what people have been doing, been just identifying with their mind as their identity. It's a funny thing, because when you actually sit around and say, oh, who I am is inside here. And you start looking and say, well, okay, I can talk to myself here. Well, how does that make me, this is who I am? Well, what makes me who I am? If you really start questioning what that is, you don't really have any answers. And then the funny thing is you always go back to the body to say, well, I'm 37 and I got brown hair and I was born in Rhode Island. So you do all the things that happen to the body as your identity while claiming that your body has nothing to do with your identity. You tell the story of your body to explain who you are in your mind.
After you've totally discredited the body.
I know. It's funny, isn't it? It's a funny story. So when you actually look to find this, okay, I'm not the external body person, I'm the person inside. Well, actually, what's inside? Is it just some voice saying I'm inside? What is it? What is that?
It's a collection of
things.
And
then when you say, well, I'm the guy that, is the tallest guy, well, then you're just describing all the experiences of your body, which you just said, I'm not this body. So when you look for it, according to the mind, I don't think you really find anything. But not too many people look for it, do they? No, they just go, I'm inside. I'm not the body. But they don't say, well, what's inside here? What is this inside stuff? Oh, when you die, your brain's going to die with your liver and your heart and your digestion, right? The whole thing's going to die. So when you're dead and say, oh, well, my liver and all that's dead. Oh, well, what am I now? Well, somehow you have to get to the answer. Consciousness, right? Awareness. Consciousness. But consciousness or awareness, when the body dies and the brain dies, is not located as a brain and a body anymore, is it? That all begins to disappear. See, all your awareness is awareness of your thoughts and your body. So you take away your thoughts and you take away your body, what is awareness then? That's consciousness. You think because you're aware of your body and your thoughts that that's what you are. But if you take away your body and your thoughts through death, what are you? You can't be any of those things. They don't exist anymore. That's why people project that you go to heaven, you have a body like you have now, and you have thoughts like you have now. They project that once the body-mind dies, you actually still have a body-mind.
Yeah.
And you go to a nicer place with it. That's their idea of it. But that's not really true. No, it's not really true. It's a nice idea, but for those who really are aware, it isn't a nice idea. Mm-hmm. And that's what aging proves to you.
Yeah.
It's not a nice idea to accept that you are a body-mind. Mm-hmm. Because you age, and your mind, so your mind just doesn't die in death. It's also dying as you're living, the same way your body is dying as you're living, right? Mm-hmm. Why do you die? Because your body can't go on.
Yeah.
But your mind is not perfectly going on either, is it?
No.
You know, what happens to old people? What happens to their minds?
You get dementia.
Yeah, but what if they don't get dementia? What are they still? Does the mind break down?
Yeah, you get.
Is it aging?
You forget things.
Yeah. See, everybody thinks that the mind's not going to age. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It ages. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Like the body is aging. They're both aging together. Because the brain is an organ, like the other organs are organs, and they all age. Mm-hmm. So this thing called awareness, which is consciousness itself, is actually mistaken for the brain and for the thoughts you are having while you enjoy a body-mind life. Mm-hmm. See? So when the body dies because it's aging and the brain dies because it's aging, this body and this brain don't go to a subtle place that's happier. They're dead. So what are you actually when there's no brain or body anymore that's operating?
The consciousness itself.
Consciousness itself. So you can only imagine consciousness being hooked to a body mind. And then you mistake that body mind, that the mind is identity. Mm. You only see it that way.
Yeah. So
samadhi, or a deep spiritual experience or glimpse, means that, the body and the mind stop. Mm. Everything has its functioning ability. But we have mistaken that the mind is a functioning ability in creating identity and deciding on reality. Mm-hmm. It doesn't really have that function. That intelligence has nothing to do with awareness of being consciousness itself. Mm-hmm. That's why deep spiritual states are samadhi, or deep spiritual states have the absence of that functioning of the mind in that way. Mm-hmm. The functioning of the mind is not happening in those states. So it becomes apparent that functioning of the mind has nothing to do with actual reality, or actually true identity. Yeah. Not personal identity, true identity. True, yeah. There is no personal one. There is only one. There's only consciousness. What's so obviously true is not obvious to anyone. Mm-hmm. That's why my support and help by Adida and his gift of realization has such value and meaning to me. Mm-hmm. Because I'm living in a world where everyone is so mistaken, you know. And to live here in that kind of condition without the gift of his love and transmission and presence, I don't know why there would be any persistence here, particularly because, it's a very bizarre situation. Very bizarre. And you're in a very bizarre situation, too. It's because you're so wrong about it that you are even in a more bizarre situation than I am. You know, you might say, well, you're suffering this condition where billions of people, don't understand who they are and live in this false reality of identity. But you're suffering that. See, I'm not suffering realization. Yeah. I'm just like, if I'm suffering anything, it'd be your mistake through my empathy and through, it's just bizarre for you, So you're suffering more than I am. Yeah. So it actually is not that I'm in this, how is it for me and that it's strange in this way, but I'm not suffering in the way that you're suffering the limitation of creating this personal identity, So you're suffering that. And you will continue to suffer that. until you realize. And then you too will look at me and say, oh, I'm so glad you're here, because there's billions of people are suffering this false identity, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But you also know that you're not suffering what they're suffering, though.
Mm-hmm.
It's just kind of strange being in a dream where everybody's dreaming and you know, and they're in a bad dream and they could wake up and they don't, you know. But if you know, it's like being at a really bad party, you know, where everybody's acting kind of degraded and strange and drunk and mean, and you come in there and you find there's no exit door. And you're in there, oh my God, this is kind of awful and bizarre, and you know, these people are engaged in degraded behavior, and this doesn't feel good and doesn't look good, and I know they're not enjoying this, but somehow they're stuck in this pattern. And then somebody else comes in and knows what you know, and already your condition feels what? A lot better.
A lot better.
Yeah. So that between the two of you, you can find a way out of that room. Or you can, between the two of you, you can perhaps help somebody there understand their situation. Yeah. So fortunately, even though there are not many realizers in the world, there's always enough, you know, that you can do the work of this, of being in that room, you know. There's always enough that work can get done.